Hello there, everybody, and today we are reviewing Ninja Turtles, that being The Rat of Man. Sorry if I got the title wrong, but it's basically we get the return of the Rat King. I think this is his final appearance. He did make an appearance in season 4 or 5. No, it was season 4. But that was just a vision, but this is like his last physical appearance. So basically the Turtles are kind of just doing their thing, and April and Casey and Irma are hanging out until they run into a cat. And they decide to take it to the lair while Irma stays behind since she doesn't know about the Turtles and she's wondering where they're going, of course. And then they do take the cat, and then Donnie's doing experiments. And Mikey's just freaking out over a brain freeze because he's eating ice cream, and it was pretty funny. And Donnie just gets annoyed per usual at Mikey, and then April and Casey walk in, and then Donnie's like, April and Casey, and Casey's like, Donatello. So we're still seeing the love triangle between our characters, of course. Then meanwhile, the cat is eating the ice cream. Honestly, I thought that cat looked kind of creepy, not gonna lie. Here's a fun fact about me. I used to not really like cats. I was scared by them when I was little, but now I'm like completely cool with cats. And so the cat eats the ice cream, but while Donnie's trying to make retro mutagen, the cat starts licking the mutagen. And of course, he somehow sort of horribly turns into a mutant. Like, his mutation process is just woo. And Mikey's like, oh no. That was the best part. It's kind of Mikey's responsibility now. And the cat starts glowing, and then he melts away. I almost thought the cat died, but no. The cat has turned into Ice Cream Kitty. So I love Ice Cream Kitty. As the more you see him, the more adorable he is. Like he's the most loyal pet to Mikey. We've seen Spike, but Ice Cream Kitty is a whole new level. I think the writers are probably just coming up with a creative idea for the show. So they did Ice Cream Kitty. And I love the part where Mikey just and they're like, what was going on? But then Mikey just grabs Ice Cream Kitty. He's like, nothing. And then he runs away with it. And then meanwhile, Master Splinter is having sort of visions while he's trying to meditate. But earlier in the episode, he was training with the Turtles, but while blindfolded, but it doesn't go well when his eyes start to glow, and then he's like, Turtles, you will pay. And the Turtles are wondering what's going on. But then while Splinter's trying to meditate, it's revealed that the Rat King has returned, and he is seeking vengeance against Splinter, and he wants to take over the city again. Rat King honestly just looks creepy. Like, he always looked creepy to me. The 80s version was wacky, but like the IDW comics, this version for sure is like terrifying. The 2003 show, I think he only made one appearance. But this is my definitive Rat King, in my opinion. From Dr. Falco to Rat King. And the best part is, like, the final brawl between him and Splinter. So basically what Rat King does, he starts spreading the rat army again, but this time he's got gianter rats. And then the Turtles start to catch on what Splinter's up to. Like, he's getting more like mind controlled by Rat King, and Splinter's like, I thought I got rid of you. He's like, I do not go away. And he's like trying to break the spirit of Splinter. He even attacks the Turtles and April and Casey when they're having lunch or something. He almost finds Ice Cream Kitty, and Mikey's like, no. And the Turtles are definitely getting suspicious about Mikey and Ice Cream Kitty. And Mikey just wants to keep it a secret, which is pretty funny. But anyway, the Turtles decide they have to take down Rat King once and for all. So they get prepared, and Mikey brings Ice Cream Kitty, of course. But during that, they get into like a sort of brawl with these rats on the street. Mikey wears like a cheese hat. It's funny. But then while they're on the go-karts, Casey is grabbed and put into the sewer, and April's like freaking out. And so that's when he decided to prepare. And Splinter's like hesitant at first, but he realizes he has to face his fears against the Rat King. And so the turtles, I think they do find the lair. And apparently, Rat King's plan with these giant rats is that he wants to turn humans, as he captured most of them. He wants to turn them into giant rat mutants. And we get this really odd scene that doesn't really get explained later, where he did test it on a person, and they turned into like this glorified rat thing. It was like, ugh, it was creepy. And then, meanwhile, Casey is trapped in a cage with Irma, and he's just like, great, Irma, and he has to like disguise his voice so she won't recognize him. And it's kind of weird seeing Irma this episode, if I gotta be honest, because Irma's the nerdy type, and we always seen her in like the 80s show, and there's the plot twist of Irma later this season. I won't spoil it, but we'll get into it later when we get to the season 2 finale, but you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I think the turtles do come to the rescue. They do rescue the people. They gather them away so they won't be seen. Well, April does. And so the turtles try their best to take down the rats. I think Mikey even throws Ice Cream Kitty at Rat King. And he's just like, Donnie's like, is that April's cat? And he goes, absolutely not. And then later, Donnie's like, we're going to have to talk about this. He never actually does for some reason. I guess they just accepted Ice Cream Kitty as their pet. Well, they do, and later in the show, but I thought that was nice. And so, it's finally at the final brawl between the Rat King and Splinter. They chase each other in the tunnel, and Splinter's like, you run like a coward who's not in control, and Rat King's like, who says I'm in control? And then the rats come, and then Splinter gets away, but then they're on this giant, like, sort of like abandoned area of the sewer that looks like a cliff area. It looks like anyone can fall off. This is relevant later in the season 4, I meant. And so what Splinter does is he takes the blindfold of and knocks down Rat King's pet's a rat, and then Splinter's like, I'll show you an illusion. And then he like puts on the blindfold, and then now Rat King's having the visions that Splinter was experiencing. And I just love the part where Splinter is just like able to fight the Rat King with confidence. And he's just like, you have the inability to see, you have no control, it's an illusion. And then Rat King basically just trips and falls to his death 1,000 feet probably with his pet's rat. And later in the show, season 4, spoilers, it's revealed that Rat King did not survive the fall. He died, and then his skeleton remained. And Splinter, it ends. I love the shot at the end where Splinter holds the blindfold, and he's just like, farewell, King. And that's how you end the Rat King's arc. I wish Rat King was more into this show, but I think his appearances were pretty good. So this was a pretty good episode. It was a lot of funny moments. I loved Ice Cream Kitty. It was a nice send-off to the Rat King, and very great moments for Splinter, for sure. I don't know what the next episode is. I'll have to wait and see. So, that said, thanks for watching, and Turtle Power!